Okay, so we're still talking about measures of central tendency, and we did talk about the mode, just the most common score that we find, and that marketers use this a lot to determine which items to market and what people prefer and so forth. But now we want to look at the median and the mean, and this is an actual example that I did, wanting to get a feel for graduate student debt. And this was the debt that they were bringing in to coming into graduate school. And so on this side, we're listing the dollar figures of their debt. Okay, so we had, and then these are the number of students. 15 students indicated that they came into graduate school with no debt. Pretty fortunate and unusual, because we know that the average student debt is probably around $20,000. We had one student said they were coming in with $8,000, one student with $10,000, and all the way down, but I want you to see this, is that we did have students that already had advanced degrees, that went to expensive private undergraduate schools. So we had one student with $160,000, one with $190,000. And when we add all this up, we come up to $960,000, a total debt that the students were bringing in. We divide that by the total number of students. We have 33 students in this particular sample. We come up to a mean, a mathematical average of 29,090. Okay? Now, so that is our mathematical average, and when we're talking about income figures, this is why it's so important that we want to use the median, because these large dollar amounts here can skew our data set, and they did in fact do that to make it look like our students had more debt on average. So the reason we want to use the median is to get a clearer picture of that center point in the data set. And the way we do that, so we're going to look at median here. We're going to just count and find the center point. And we can kind of visually do this. So for instance, right here, I know I've got 15, and that's 16, 17, and if I'm going to count back from up here, if we count, and I've already done this, but what we would find is that when we count these up, 16 of our students fall within this range. 16 of our students fall within that range, and so our median, the midpoint, we've got 16 above, 16 below, would be 10,000. So where I had originally made the mistake by using the mean and saying, wow, our average student debt for our students is 29,000, the median would be better because of these high dollar figures here that skewed the data. And so, and actually our students were bringing 10,000. Okay? So that's median, and then the mean's the average.